on my FIFA. Keep my 18.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays!
Yes.
Whoa.
Dun, 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 dun.
Favorite time of the year.
Welcome to a special presentation. We are near.
Well, guys, it's hard to remember now, but Kevin Love didn't enter the league as a three.
Well, in this game today, it's all about court spacing, DA. Thanks for the report. Tonight, a great backcourt matchup, Doris. When you were going up against another talented guard in college basketball, did that change your approach at all?
Well, you certainly knew when you were looking opposite somebody who had a skill set and a talent level that was going to challenge you for the full 48-minute game. And obviously, it raised the level of intensity. Your interest was piqued, and you want to show out against the best players. So certainly on the night you know you're going against an all-star type player, believe me, it's personal.
They take the challenge. All great players do. They want the challenge, don't they?
No doubt.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for Dallas. Smart is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Whiteside. Then it's Paul George. And it's Markkanen in at the 4 slot. Off target from the wing. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Nuggets. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
Now here's Simmons. A 14-point game for him in the win against Phoenix. And they pick up 2. Simmons got his first points in this one.
And what skill from Simmons. A total genius at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
Simmons against Russell. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Now, here's Ingles. Passes it to Harris. He's looking for Love and finds him. Just 5 on the clock. And the first shot of the night for him missing. Now the Mavericks with it.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
Now here's Smart. Over Harris. Gets the 14-footer to fall. And that makes it a tie ball game.
I'll tell you, that's really an improving jumper right there from Marcus Smart. The form is really starting to take shape.
Ingles finds Love. Oladipo outside. Puts up a 3. That one doesn't drop. And it's Dallas the other way. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And one thing Rick Carlisle is known for is his accountability.
Right, and that extends to himself as much as it does the players who play for him. Listen, if this guy makes the wrong play call, he is going to make sure you know about that. And I think that's an approach you see from the top down in this organization.
Now George, after Victor Oladipo missed from long range. And George kicks to Russell. Back to George. There's the triple. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love. .43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Outside, Smart.
Well, you can see what a smart positional defender Joe Ingles is. Understands how to impede the progress of the offense.
A wide open look here for Oladipo. Again, Oladipo missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Listen, Kev, this guy, one of the more reliable scorers in the league, night in and night out.
George against Oladipo. Pass to Simmons. Over Russell. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And
It's all tied in Denver. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And welcome back as we continue our Christmas Day matchup. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
I really thought that everything seemed to fall into place for them in that first quarter.
Boy, from the opening tip, they look focused and ready to play. You know, that's really paid off for them to get this early lead.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Smart. Whiteside is out there with Lauri Markkanen. And there's D'Angelo Russell, and it's George in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Markkanen. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Russell against Simmons. Outside Russell, a 3 ball, hits it from 3-point range. Russell's got 5 points so far.
Boy, I'll tell you, that is tremendous concentration from D'Angelo Russell. Defense draped all over him, and he still makes it.
Simmons passes to Love. Shoots from 12. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. The Mavericks leading. The Dallas Mavericks last season could not have been more disappointing, Doris.
Well, you think about management for this organization, Kevin. They had tried to avoid a rebuild. But at some point, every franchise probably has to go through it. And one of the things you must have in a rebuild is patience.
Now, here's Whiteside, following the miss by Kevin Love.
That's great use of size and length. Tough down low when guys are battling for that board.
Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Oladipo. Great showing for him last season. He was around 23 points a game last year. Almost 2.5 steals and 5 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
Now Simmons, following the miss by Hassan Whiteside from deep.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Can't get it to fall.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
Here's Oladipo. The shot, no good. George with the defensive effort. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Markkanen. He dishes it to Russell. George, that's a 2-pointer. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league. I don't think any of us can forget that broken leg Paul George suffered playing for the United States national team in 2014. But what a joy, guys, to see him back and playing at an elite level.
Now here's Simmons. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Trying to get something going. Second shot opportunity. Harris's shot is off. Mavericks leading by 3. Outside, Smart. Russell kicks to Whiteside. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 3rd assist on the night.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Now here's Simmons. Now the pass to Love. To the inside. Harris, good.
And Kevin, what you love about this is there's an unselfish nature to Kevin Love's game, and I believe that's contagious.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Sure. Here's Whiteside. Back to Smart. Whiteside finds George. For 3. Drops in the tray. George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, Kevin, you have got to have the right focus and the right reads in the pick and roll. And Paul George making all the right decisions right now, slicing up the defense.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. In the second quarter, they were easily the better team. The points started coming for them in bunches, and that's going to...
Welcome back to Denver, everyone. Traffic coming in and out of downtown Denver on this lovely night in the Rockies. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Paul George really making a difference here.
And night after night, man, it just becomes common to watch him rip through teams, and that's exactly what we saw there in the first half.
You know, Greg, I think the thing you admire is the incredible level of consistency. This guy's a fantastic player, but he also puts in a ton of energy. Absolutely tremendous.
Simmons is out there with Harris. And it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Oladipo in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. With the analysis, the defensive impact becoming more advanced, Doris, do you think that helps defenders gain recognition even when they're not putting up numbers in individual statistical categories?
Well, think about a recent winner of the Defensive Player of the Year, and that's Draymond Green, whose value becomes into sharp focus, particularly in the fourth quarter of games. When it becomes a possession ball game and Draymond Green is flying around the floor in help defensive position, covering up for teammates' mistakes.
Timeout.
I absolutely think, Kevin, increasingly because of the advanced metrics, that players can be defined outside of points and rebounds. So I love the impact of the numbers.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. Paul George is so versatile, Doris. He could play in any system, don't you think?
Oh, I completely concur, Kevin. This is a man who can create offense with the ball in his hands. In a secondary role, we know he can be a knockdown shooter, and we're talking about an elite NBA defender. So any team in the league could use a player like PG.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
With the teardrop and the layup good by Smart. And it's an 11-point Maverick lead.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Here's Dallas. Good momentum, 8 straight points. In the corner, George with it. He's feeling it. And that one is off. Now Denver takes it the other way.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
And Oladipo kicks to Simmons. That one good for 2. Simmons got 6.
You can get a real sense that Victor Oladipo loves sharing the wealth. What a nice look.
Outside, George over Oladipo. And there's Paul George on the assist by Russell.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
George against Oladipo. On the wing, Ingles. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Down low. Denver grabs the miss. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Oladipo, the pass to Harris. He kicks to Love. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Love's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nuggets. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Passes it to Whiteside. Count the basket.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
The Nuggets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Oladipo for 3. That falls. Great assist by Love.
Well, he has shown Victor Oladipo that you must respect his 3 ability. When he's locked in, the defense has to contest.
Smart against Harris. Now here's Smart. Outside Russell. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a 3 on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's Dallas. They finish off the third quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And we'll be back with you right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Lauri Markkanen is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Marcus Smart. Then it's Paul George. And it's Russell in at point guard. Smart on the wing. Over Harris. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Oladipo misses. Dallas leading by 10. To the inside. Out to Russell. Pass to Markkanen. Harris against Smart. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Ingles. Here's Simmons. Mavericks with the rebound. Outside Russell. Harris against Smart. Back to Markkanen. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Smart up top. Kicks it out to Markkanen. In the corner, George with it. Here's the 3. The shot misses. And the Nuggets going the other way. To the inside. The kick out to Oladipo. Back to Ingles. Dishes it to Simmons. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
And the Mavericks call time here. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And his job is to give them a spark with his scoring tonight, and he did not disappoint. They were going to keep going to him until the D showed they could stop him. And since they haven't been able to, he just kept piling up the numbers.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. 1:24 left in the game. Here's Whiteside. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. And now it's a 12-point Maverick lead. Nuggets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Oladipo goes in. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Mavericks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. a lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for George.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer any cold spells. And anytime the offense started to get stagnant, they could get him the basketball, and he'd get them in the right position.
You know, watching Kevin Love, he's really got a ton of tools at his disposal offensively. We know he can shoot it. We know he can post it, but his off-ball movement has also improved. Love has molded himself into a dynamic scorer.
Caruth is checked in for Denver. Jefferson comes in for Harris. Right side, good.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
Well, for the Mavericks, they can just run out the clock. Bazemore against Jefferson. Here's Bazemore. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. And in the win, thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
Coco, Chanel, Coco, Coco, Coco.